So today we're going to talk about owners know their identity. You probably don't recognize the name Lin Hao, but you may when you hear the story. 2008 Olympics, they're taking place in Beijing, China, and everyone's waiting for the Chinese delegation to come out, and here they come. Everyone wants to see who's carrying the flag, who's leading the delegation out, and they look and it's so obvious that that would be the pig. It's big 7-footer NBA star Yao Ming. But what was the mystery was you look down and at the end of his arm, holding his huge hand, is this little 9-year-old who's hurrying, got his own little flag he's waving, trying to keep up. And people everywhere said, why in the world is that kid getting to enter in the front of the delegation with Yao Ming? Well, it turns out that this was the story. Lin Hao was sitting in his classroom in the Sichuan province months before when the worst earthquake, one of the worst earthquakes ever to hit our planet, hit. In fact, 70,000 people died in that earthquake. And for Lin Hao and his classmates, the entire roof crumbled in down on top of them. Lin Hao, when he became conscious, started to dig his way out of the rubble. And finally, with scratches and bruises and all banged up, he came out into the light. He could breathe all of that dust and everything, and he could finally get a little bit of oxygen. He came out, and then he did something really heroic. He turned around and went back in, and he began pulling out classmates. He carried one on his back because this child was so injured that he needed extra support and help. When the workers showed up, Lin Hao was sitting around in a circle. 9 kids in all were able to get out of that rubble, and they were singing songs, and that was so that they could be distracted from the horrific thing that had just happened. When they asked Lin Hao why he would do such a heroic thing, he said, "I had to. It's my job. I'm a hall monitor." Now think about that. Here's a kid with an identity that is so big that it would empower him to do some really heroic things. What's your identity? What do you call yourself? How do you talk to yourself? One of the things you're going to be doing during this lesson is writing your, what I call, business actionable mantra. BAM! Say it with me, a BAM! And a business actionable mantra is something that you actually feed into your brain, you use day after day to actually drive your behavior. So I hope that when you start this lesson, whatever your identity is going in, no matter how strong or good it is, that it's going to improve and get even better. By the way, one of my mantras, one of my BAMs is, I amplify the inherent greatness in every person I meet. And I use that when I'm out and about, whether I'm in a work setting or whether I'm out shopping or doing anything. I try to elevate the level of the people around me and make sure that I am pulling their greatness out of them. That's the power of an identity, and I hope that you come up with a really great one that's going to drive some phenomenal behavior for you.